Hi, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. I'm so grateful that you're here today. I know there's many other things you could be doing, and I promise that what I'm going to share today is very unique, and it's something that can really help you to claim your value, claim your work, and claim your divine price point. So let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here with you. And hang on just a minute. There we go. All right, so welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And who this is for those of you that may be giving your services away for free. This is so common for women, unfortunately. This is also for you if you're feeling resentful with your current pricing. That's actually a good sign that you really need to increase it. And if you would like to increase your prices, but you don't know how, you might be afraid to do so. This is what we're going to cover today is 3 telling signs that you need to increase your prices right now, and also how to stop giving your services away for free. We're also going to cover the 3 crucial mistakes to avoid when increasing your rates, and how to have your clients love your new rates. I know that sounds a little counterintuitive, but it can happen. We're also going to talk about the missing ingredient beyond a mindset shift to raise your prices, and how to establish your divine price point and confidently ask for it. So I really hope that you'll stick around all the way to the end, because I do have a special gift for all of you that stick to the end and watch this video and are on here live. I have a receiving cycle blueprint that I would like to give to you so you can print it out and have it in your office or a place where you can look at it and really remember this concept that I'm going to share with you today. Plus, I also have a couple of other special gifts that I'd like to offer you. So I hope you'll stick around to the end. Now, this is what I know. Women have a really hard time claiming their value, and they feel that their value lies outside of themselves, when in reality, it really lies within. And today I'm going to share with you a special way that you can really connect in deep inside of you, and where I find that you can find your greatest value lies in our pelvic space. Now, I know that might sound a little weird for some of you, but this really is a magical place. When you connect into the power of your pelvis, you have a more solid foundation from which to build on. You have greater confidence. You can open up your receiving channels. You have access to your truth detector. I tell you that your truth really lies in connecting into your pelvic space. And it also is a way for you to increase your money capacity. And we're going to cover all these things in today's webinar. But when you get this, when you can tap into the power and the potential that lies in your pelvic space, you will magnetize to you your ideal clients, and you'll be able to attract to you them that you want to work with, and they'll be willing to pay for you, pay for your services, because you are going to feel so much more confident to them, and you're going to know your value, and you just show up. Your presence is so much more powerful that people have, heck yeah, I'll pay you that. So there's so much that can happen when you connect into this pelvic place, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, so hang in there. So welcome to 3 Secrets to Confidently Increase Your Prices. And I am Lynn Schulte, and why should you be listening to me? Well, I am a women's health physical therapist. I've been one for over 25 years, and I have to say that I absolutely love the life that I have created today. I am living in a beautiful, sun-filled, light-filled house in Boulder, Colorado, outside of Boulder, Colorado, and I get to wake up every morning and open my blinds and see the Rocky Mountains and see what the weather has in store for us. I have 2 beautiful boys, Austin and Justin here, who are 15 and 13 right now, and I absolutely love the relationship I have with them. And you know, I love my life and I love what I've created, but I can't say that it's always been that way. I used to live in Seattle, Washington with my husband at the time and my two young boys. And I had my own practice working out of my home in PT practice. And I loved my life there. But my husband wasn't happy. And so he just said it didn't feel right to be there anymore. So we stayed open and we got guided to move to Boulder, Colorado. And so when we moved here in 2008, I had to start all over again and I had to recreate my practice. And I have made all the mistakes that you make in trying to build your practice. And I'll be sharing some of those with you today so that you can avoid them. But in building that practice, I have increased my prices many times over the years that I've been doing. I've had my own practice for 20 years now. Holy cow. Just now realizing that. And have increased it many times over the years. And I tell you, until I learned this special little receiving cycle that I'm going to share with you today, it was really challenging to increase my prices. And once I got this point, it made it so much easier. And so I really want to, I'm going to share with you today. And when I moved to Boulder, I started my new PT practice and I became known as a postpartum recovery expert in the area. And I absolutely love working with women and helping them to reconnect into their pelvic space and heal this space. And what happened is, as I was helping them understand the energetic flow of the energy in this pelvic space, I kept hearing over and over, Lynn changed my life. And I was like, wow, that wasn't my intention, but this is a really powerful place and powerful energy that we're working with to be able to make such significant changes in women's lives by just helping them get this energy flowing again. And so I got really excited and started to create these online group programs. And I can finally say that I am leveraging my business. I am creating a lifestyle that I absolutely love for myself and my boys. And by connecting into my pelvic space, my life started to change as well, significantly. And I started, when I connected into my pelvic space, I found my truth. And my clients find their truth as well. And my truth was that my marriage wasn't supporting me in my highest and best good anymore. And I was really wanting to grow and expand. And my husband at the time wasn't in that same space. And it took me a lot of struggle, it took me a long time, like 2 years, to really get up the courage and to say, this is what I need to do for me. And I am so, so grateful that I did, because my life has totally changed in such a positive direction. I didn't realize how much I had given up of myself and had lost my own power, given my power away in my marriage. And now I have reclaimed that and I am just loving my life. And now I hope you don't get me wrong here that, if you connect into your power center and into your pelvis, that your relationships are going to fall apart. That's not always the case. Some of my clients actually find that when they connect in deeper into themselves, they see what they really need, and then they're able to empower themselves to create a deeper relationship with their partner. So whatever needs to happen is what's going to happen. And so connecting into this power place is such a magical place to help you to live the life that you are really meant to live here. So I'm so excited to share this information with you because I've seen how this work has helped women be more successful. What started happening is more and more business women started coming into my practice, and by helping them understand this energy flow and where they were blocking themselves and being able to release that and getting things flowing again, started seeing them have greater success in their business. And that got me really excited to be able to share this with you all so that you can have those same successes. And it's not only me that it's been helping. Stacy here is a local acupuncturist in town, and she feels the acupuncturist world here is pretty saturated. But she was able to, after doing my program, she was able to increase her prices 60% and her business increased. She was so shocked and so excited at the same time. But that can happen when you really value it. She's an amazing acupuncturist. And I have other client stories that I'll be telling you about in just a little bit. So let's talk about the 3 indicators that you need to increase your prices. The first one is that you feel resentful. If you are resentful about what you're currently pricing, that's totally a sign that you need to increase your prices. And if you are too busy seeing too many clients, you've got to increase your prices. And if you're too comfortable, if you're okay with where you're at, then it's time for you to stretch yourself and start charging a little bit more. This is the result that happens when you increase your prices. The client gets to invest more in themselves. What we need to understand is that when our clients say yes to working with us, they're really saying yes to themselves. And the more people pay for the services, the more they tend to get out of it. And that's why when you give your work away for free, it's not benefiting you, most importantly, or them. And when you do increase your prices, I have seen this every single time I have increased my prices, your work becomes more potent. And it is so true. It's like you open yourselves up and more comes through you, and you're just working in a different way. And then your clients get more out of your work. It is such a win-win-win for everybody when you increase your prices. And yet, so many of us are scared in limiting ourselves by not charging more. And I just want to tell you that it's actually a benefit, not only to your own pocketbook, to the clients that you're working with. They get so much more out of it when they pay more for your services. So I really hope you can get that concept and really embrace that concept. Here are some of the mistakes that a lot of people make when they're trying to build their business. Now, I did this first one, and you feel like, well, I don't have any clients, so I'm just going to go ahead and decrease my prices, and then I'll get more clients. And that doesn't happen. What happens is you get clients who are really going to nickel and dime you and not get the most out of your work. You attract to you clients that you really don't want to be working with. And it really shows that you have a lack of confidence in your work. And so I invite you to never, ever, ever decrease your prices when you're working with your clients or trying to build your business. What needs to happen is that if you're not clear on the value you offer, that's when you think you should discount. But when you get really, really clear on the value that you do offer, then you're going to be able to stand in that price point that you feel is your own true divine price point. And the other mistake that people make is that they raise their prices without truly embodying their new price point. And when that happens, people don't feel that resonance with you. There's an incongruency in your energy field, and they notice that. But when you're congruent and your energy is resonating with your price point, they feel that. They don't question it. They pay you what you ask for them. So let's look at the first secret to confidently increasing your prices is that you need a solid foundation. This is so critical. And I feel that your foundation for your business lies within your pelvic space. And if you're wanting to grow your business and maybe, double your income, then you need to double the solidity of your foundation in your pelvic space. You want to make sure that you have the capacity to hold that in yourself, so energetically you can expand your business, expand what you're bringing in. And we have to be able to energetically hold your increased price point in your foundation. And when you do that, you will resonate a confidence that has people saying, of course I'll pay you that, no problem. So one of the things that I love to do is our pelvis, which is our foundation, also looks like a pelvic bowl. If you look at the structure and bones of a pelvis, they create a bowl, with the bottom of that bowl being your pelvic floor muscles. And so one of the things that is really, really interesting and I love doing is to see how you can visualize, when you visualize your pelvic bowl, what shows up for you. And I have learned how to read your pelvic bowl. There's actually a map that you can learn to help you to understand what's showing up in your bowl. And when you understand what you're visualizing in your bowl and what it means, you can easily shift it so that you can shift how you're showing up in the world. And it's so amazing that when you shift your energy, you shift your experience. So let's do a little visualization because we want to see, what does your bowl look like? So I invite you to close your eyes and know that we're asking our intuition to give us some information here. And there's a couple of different ways that you can get this intuitive information. One is that you can actually visualize it. You will see a picture of what your bowl looks like, and you'll actually see it. Now, for some of us, we're not visualizers. We may feel in our body what's going on inside our pelvic space. And I invite you not to get all caught up on all the organs and everything that's inside of it, but just get it like a general feel of, what does my bowl look like inside of me? Another way you can get information is you might hear some words pop in, just kind of like describing your bowl, or you may just get a general knowingness. So whichever way you get intuitive information, just kind of play with this as we try to visualize your bowl. So if you just get comfortable in your chair and close your eyes, I just invite you to bring up or tap into the visual of what your pelvic bowl looks like for you. And how big is your bowl? What's the shape of your bowl? Do you see a certain color or texture? What's your bowl made of? Do you notice any dents or any cracks anywhere in your bowl? I want you to tap into the energy inside your bowl. What's going on inside your bowl? Is it nice and calm and peaceful? Or is it a little chaotic? Is there a lot of junk in there? What do you notice about the energy of your pelvic bowl? And I also want you to see, how is your bowl sitting? Is it level or is it tilted? Maybe forward or backwards or side to side? So just want you to see what you sense or feel inside of you, or what you're visualizing outside of you. And if you feel like it, there's a comment sections below that I'd love for you to comment what you're noticing in your bowl. So your bowl shows you how you're using your energy. And there's a map that I share with you in my programs on how to really read what's happening in your bowl. Like, for example, the left side of your bowl is your feminine energy. And that's your ability to nurture yourself, to take care of yourself, to receive. That's your creative input. And if you have anything going on the left side of your bowl, that can correlate to those kinds of ideas. And if you have cracks or dents, then there's something going on for you around your ability to be in your feminine energy, or to receive, or to nurture yourself. And different parts of the bowl means different things. And I absolutely love doing this exercise at a conference, a live conference, because the rest of the day I get people coming up to me going, Lynn, I saw this in my bowl. My bowl looked like this. And when I explain to them what that means, they're shocked that it's so accurate. And I tell you, it's so spot on. When you learn how to read what's going on in your energy, what's going on in your bowl, you can shift your experiences and your results. It's such powerful work. And what we also need to know is that our pelvis is also a dumping ground. And our pelvis is the area where we store all of the unprocessed traumas, events, emotions, things that have happened to us that we haven't let go of. as women, we are also the energy carriers of our family. We're the energy keepers of our family. And so then we take on the energy of all of our members, our friends, our colleagues to try to help them, but we don't realize that we need to let go of it too. So we're going to do this next exercise, and this is a pelvic sweeping exercise. And so we've got a sense of what is going on in your bowl, and really tapping into the energy inside of it. If your bowl is nice and calm and peaceful, then you don't really need to do some sweeping. But if it's chaotic, or there's a lot of junk in there, or just a lot of thickness or heaviness, then doing this exercise is going to be a perfect thing for you. So what we're going to do is imagine that we're the small little being, and you can either use a broom or a rag or water or smoke or whatever feels right for you to clear out the energy in your pelvic space. And we're going to start in the front in your pubic bone, and we're going to imagine that there is a drain at the bottom of your bowl, and we're going to sweep into the middle, down the drain, allow to flow down the drain, down your legs and into Mother Earth. We're releasing whatever is willing to be released in this moment. And so just invite you to go around clockwise around your bowl, as you're sweeping or wiping or hosing down any stuck energies that have been you've been holding in your pelvic space that are willing to be released in this moment. And if you get to an area that's a little resistant, I invite you to just spend an extra moment or two there, letting it know that you know it's there, and then move on. Don't force anything to release. There's some information there that you need to learn before it might release fully, and that's okay. Just let it know you know it's there, and then move on. All right, some of you might need a little bit more time doing that, so I invite you to come back to this later on today. And this is something that I recommend you do every single night before you go to bed, because we accumulate these energies throughout the day. Or if you just have a negative experience with someone, you're just like, oh, let me just sweep that from my bowl so I don't hang on to that anymore. For those of you that may have been abused or violated in any way, I encourage you to sweep out the violator's energy from your space. This is your space, and you need to reclaim it for you. And this exercise is a great way to help you to do just that. So this pelvic visualization and the pelvic sweeping exercises are two of a 4-step process that I teach you in my programs for how to really claim your bowl, be in your bowl, and live from your bowl. So now that you've swept your bowl, I want you to just kind of check back in, and what does the energy look like? And I invite you to make a comment, leave a comment below, and let me know what you're noticing in your bowl. And so I really invite, this is such a powerful exercise that I invite you to do whenever the situation occurs, or just make it a habit to do it every day before you go to bed at night, especially for those of you that are really sensitive to other people's energies. It's really, really important. I want to share with you Linda here. Linda's a client of mine who we work together. And what I forgot to mention is that we have different bowls for different aspects of our life. So we have a money bowl, we have a business bowl or a career bowl, or we have a relationship bowl, and we just have a general life bowl. And when Linda and I started working together, Linda's money bowl was the size of a thimble. And Linda was already making 6 figures, but can you tell how much she actually felt like she was really receiving, and what her value was a thimble size. And Linda was wanting to double her income that year we started working together. And she knew she could not do it in the same way that she got to six figures, because she knew it was just going to kill her, because she was doing everything in her masculine and just forcing, doing. And she knew there was another way. And so we started working together and helped her open up to her feminine energy, helped her work on increasing her money bowl and being able to hold and receive more. And Linda was able to make $74,000 in 1 month. It's the record, the most she's ever made in her business. And she really attributed a lot of that to the work that we did together by shifting her energy. So it's so powerful, this work that we do when we tap into this amazing power center within us. Magical things can happen. So let's take a look at secret number 2 here. Your value really lies within. And unfortunately, so many women are looking for their value outside of themselves. I know I used to. My day, whether I was having a good day or a bad day, depended on how my clients were doing. And I knew that wasn't right. And so when I started learning this and realizing that no, it's up to them to do their work and all I can do is show up powerfully for myself, I was finding that my value lied within, and it didn't matter what was happening with my clients. I was still okay. But when you're looking at value and you're looking at, well, what should I charge for my work? A lot of us turn outside and go with the influences outside of us versus turning inside and finding out what's resonant with us. So what I hear and see a lot is these coaches saying, okay, what do you charge right now? Great, double it and go charge that now. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't really work very well because people will sense if you don't fully embody that new price point and you don't feel the value that you offer is worth that, people are so going to pick up on that on an energetic level, and it's just going to be so much harder for you to get that price point. Another thing people do is they limit themselves to the going rate in your field. And I want to encourage you to take a look at what is the value that you bring to your services, to your clients, and what's the unique way that you do your work. Because that may be worth more than what other people are charging. And a lot of us are limiting our ability to increase our prices because we feel the marketplace is saturated. And I want you to just know that the people who are meant to work with you are going to work with you no matter what you're charging. And so when you can really own that increased price point, it doesn't matter what the marketplace is doing. There are a gazillion other physical therapists here in Boulder who do exactly what I do, but none of them do it in the way that I do and know exactly what I do. And when people come to me, they get value out of our sessions and they feel it right away. So on my website, I have what's going to happen when you work with me. You're going to feel immediate difference in your body after one session. You're going to, a lot of times only need to work with people one time. And so that's why I charge the increased rate that I do. I'm way above what other people are charging in my area. And yet I'm getting it and I'm working less hours and making more money by charging the rate that I do. And it's absolutely, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's so worth it. So what I want you to do is to really know that your divine price point lies within you. And I tell you, you can find it in a very special place inside of you. And I know this is going to be a little out there for some of you, but you can find your divine price point in your uterus. And why is that? Your uterus is such an amazing organ. I want you to, if you only get one thing out of our time together, I hope it is that you learn how special this organ is and how you can really tap into and use the power and potential that lies within your uterus or your womb space. It's the same structure. But our uterus is a spiritual gateway. It's what allows babies, souls to come into this world. And it's also our creative center. It takes 2 cells and creates a baby. So think of the transformative energy that lies within this space and also the creative power that lies in there. And that's the energy that you have the potential to work with. Even if you've never had a baby, you still own this energy. This area is also our truth detector, and it can help guide you, and it can also help you to find your divine price point. And we work on clearing this energy in our uterus and really knowing your divine price point in my Claim Your Value program. And I want you to think back to or remember your last encounter with a pregnant woman. Have you ever seen how a pregnant woman really just radiates and they're just glowing? Well, that's because her uterine energy is being accessed and utilized to its fullest potential in creating that baby. Well, we can use and harness that same energy even when we're not pregnant by working with this energy and using the creative, transformative energy that lies within us when you tap into it. And our uterus has holding energy and it has releasing energy. And a lot of times women have imbalances in our energy in our uterus. If we are excessively holding, we have a hard time putting our work out into the world. You may be someone who's never quite done with her website or you're always fiddling with your business cards and you're never completing it and getting it out into the world. That's excessive holding energy. The opposite of that is excessive releasing energy. And that is where you are giving your power away. That's where you're giving your work away for free. And when you can learn to harness that and gather in that uterine energy, you can stop giving your work away from free. You can value your work and you can claim your own power and show up so much more differently in your business. And people are going to notice that. They're going to notice a difference and when you're talking about your work. So our uterus is an amazing, amazing structure that we are so fortunate to have as women. And let me just say that even if you've had a hysterectomy, your uterine energy is still available to you. Doesn't matter that the physical structure is gone, you still can tap into the energetic of your uterine space. So let's tap on to secret number 3. You must be open to receive. This is one of the biggest issues women have that I've worked with, is that they have blocked their ability to receive. And we've done that because maybe we don't feel worthy of receiving or we don't deserve it. We have this belief that it's better to give than receive. And can I just say that giving and receiving are two same, they're dualistic energy. We need to be able to receive in order to give from a full bucket. And yet women feel that they should just give, and never fill themselves up. And have you ever tried to give a gift to someone who couldn't fully receive it? How did that make you feel? When you don't receive fully from someone who's trying to give something to you, you're not giving the gift to the giver. You know how good it feels to give someone something, and when they receive it fully, the giver feels so great. And when you block that ability, you block the gift of you block giving the gift to the giver. So it's your duty to receive and open up. We also feel that it's better to take care of others than ourselves, and it's selfish to receive. And another big issue I find with a lot of women is they feel they have to prove themselves, so they have to do it all on their own. And let me tell you, women, we do not. The men in our lives are wired to want to support and help us, and yet we're not allowing it. And so I invite you to open yourselves up to be able to receive the love and the support from your partners. And when you do, you can totally transform your relationships. And it's so powerful. So why have we blocked our receiving? Because a lot of us have had traumas or abuses, or we've been violated, or accidents, and even childbirth can cause us to abandon our pelvic space. And when we have these issues, we've done is we've left the energy of our pelvic space thinking that we're protecting ourselves. And in reality, what's happened is that we've left ourselves even more open to other people's energies. Anyone's energy can come in when you are not connected into your pelvic space. And so when you've abandoned the space, you've blocked your ability to receive out of protection. You put a block in your pelvic space saying, I don't want to receive any more of this negative stuff. So I'm going to block everything. And let me tell you, your presence in your pelvic space is your protection. And working with the women that I do, I help them to come back down into their pelvic space and live from the bottom of their bowl. What I forgot to mention when we were talking about the bowl and being able to really live from your bowl, I have that 4-step process. And the last step is to really be able to live from your bowl, deep inside of your bowl. Most of the women that I work with, they're living on top of their bowl. And what's happening is that they are more susceptible to what's going on around them, and they're more influenced by it. And I had one gal I worked with, her bowl was like this really long, oblong shaped bowl. And when I asked her, I'm like, well, can I hold a lot? She's like, yes, I can. I said, well, great, but how deep are the walls? And she's like, oh, they're really shallow. And I said, so it's all stacked on top of the bowl? And she said, yes. And I said, so are you really easily influenced by other people's energy? And she said, yes. And so we worked together to help deepen her bowl and to get her to feel okay and safe being deep down in her bowl. And her bowl changed to being a thick gourd. And she was able to come down and live from the bottom of her bowl. And she was no longer influenced by the energy of all those around her. I say that when you're living from the bottom of the bowl, you can become that eye of the storm, where everything is calm and peaceful, no matter what's going on around you. And so when you've abandoned this pelvic space, you're more susceptible. You're living on top of your bowl, and you're more susceptible to other people's influences and energies. But when you can come down and live from the bottom of your bowl, you are more grounded, you're more solid in who you are, you have more confidence in showing up and being the woman that you're meant to be in this life. So this is the receiving cycle that I developed in the couple of times ago when I increased my prices. And let me tell you, it was so much easier when I did this. So this receiving cycle is that you really need to be able to claim your work, claim your value, and claim your divine price point. And we claim it by getting it deep within our pelvic bowl. And then we need to be able to put it out there. We need to ask for it. And that's the energy on the right side of your body. Can you put it out there? And then you need to believe in it that you're going to get it. And that comes from by really being able to claim it and own your divine price point. Then you need to be able to open to receive it so that you can bring it in. Now, for those of you that are live on this call, I'm offering you this. I'm going to email you this PDF. So you have this. You can print this out, put it up on your wall, around your desk somewhere, so that you can really own this blueprint for you to be able to own your divine price for it, ask for it, and receive it. Now, it's not just thinking about it. You've got to have the energy flow for this to work and for it to really happen. So when I was increasing my prices one time, I was able to own it. I was able to ask for it, but my receiving was blocked. The energy coming in was resistant. And so I worked on releasing that. And then it was like, boom, it just happened. It was so much easier. And here, one of the biggest issues that we have around being able to really claim our work and own it is that we don't know the value that we bring to our clients. And so I invite you to really think about what are the amazing results that you create for your clients. And if you don't know, I invite you to call up 2 or 3 or even 10 of your best clients that you've worked with and say, what did you get from working with me? And write down word for word what they say, because you can use that in your marketing. And you really need to get clear on what is it that you offer your clients. Why should people work with you? What's unique, or what's your own special sauce? And once you become more clear on that and the results that you give people, then you will be able to know more of your value. And the problem with women is that you can't claim your work. It's like I kind of do this thing. I hear that all the time. And the other thing that limits you from really knowing your value is having limiting beliefs around money. I can't tell you how many times I hear women say, oh, nobody would pay me for that. Nobody would pay that amount for this. That is your own limiting stuff. There are people out there that would be willing to pay for that. It's just when you aren't congruent with it, it's not going to resonate out there with anybody to say yes to it. If you believe nobody's going to pay for it, guess what? That's your belief. That's the result you're going to get. In my Claim Your Value program, I have a really simple, easy way to shift your beliefs that doesn't take much time or effort, and it's super simple and easy. And we shift these beliefs around your money so that you can really claim the value that you offer and claim your divine price point and be able to receive it. One of my clients that I worked with, this is so funny because we weren't really specifically working on her business at the time, but it so tied in so beautifully that she had a huge block in her pelvic space. And when we worked on clearing that, and when I told her that that was her inability to ask for the money from her clients, she just went, oh my gosh. She goes, I've got like 3 or 4 clients who owe me money for like 4 or 5 sessions each. And I went, what? She goes, yeah, I'm not able to ask them for the money. She does a beautiful session with them and she lets them walk out the door without asking them to pay her for her services. And she's just thinking that they're going to offer it to her automatically. And guess what? It's not happening because her energy was blocked to be able to ask for it and to be able to receive it. So 2 of the 3 points on that receiving cycle were blocked for her. And when we worked on shifting that, she was easily able to, and it wasn't just a mindset. I helped her to really see herself asking for the money and feeling what was happening in her energy space. And it took a while for her to be congruent with being the energy supporting her ability to ask for that money. She went back and she gathered, she was able to ask people for money ever since then and hasn't struggled with this. I mean, she might still have a little fear inside of her, but she's able to do it. And people are starting to pay her now and she doesn't have this backlog. So this was a huge, huge breakthrough for her and her business. And she was struggling. I think she was working part-time. She was working part-time in her business and doing something else because she wasn't able to bring in the money. And so once she started to do this, she was able to quit her other job and work full-time in her business. So I just ask you to think about, where are you limiting yourself in this receiving cycle? Are you not able to hold the value of your work? Are you not able to ask people for the money? Are you not able to receive it? And I have to throw in our ovaries here because these guys are such a powerful, another powerful organ that are housed in our pelvic space. We've already talked about the uterus, but our ovaries help us to see how we're showing up in the world as well. We have a left and right, which is a masculine and feminine energies in each of the ovaries. And our ovaries also have imbalances in them. And I work with my clients and we tap into what's going on in their ovaries. And your ovary can either be overextended, it can be blocked, or it can be totally absent. And one of my clients that I worked with is a business coach, and she came to see me, and she is a mother of 7 daughters, and she is such a beautiful mother. And she's so nurturing, and yet she's an over-nurturer because she's nurturing everyone else but not herself. And she wasn't able to bring in and nurture for herself. She really had a hard time with it. And we worked on it, but she really needed more help because I think she had a lot of abuse in her past. And she wasn't willing to do the deeper work with me and say yes to herself and shift this energy. And she left without doing deeper work, without saying yes to herself. And it was so sad to hear her actually having to go back to her old job and not being able to continue just doing her coaching business, which she is brilliant at. And she's got so much to share with people and offer. And it breaks my heart that she wasn't able to open herself up to receive the money coming in to receive people who were willing to pay for her because she wasn't willing to pay for herself. We attract to us who we are. And if you're not willing to invest in yourself and do your own work, how can you expect your clients to do the same for them? So I just encourage each and every one of you, if you're struggling in your business, it's not about learning more marketing. It's not about learning more sales techniques. It's about healing you and working with your energy blocks that are limiting and holding you back. Once you clear that, the marketing and sales comes naturally. Yes, you still need to know the steps to take, but taking more training without doing the inner energetic work that needs to shift is not going to get you where you need to go. Anytime I'm having a block in my business, I immediately go and work with my energy healers that I know, that I love and support me. And I know that it's within me that I need to shift, because our business is truly a reflection of who we are. And if we're not getting the results that we want in our business, we need to work on ourselves to shift that. And so I just invite you to be a yes person for you so you can attract yes people to you. So here's what we've covered so far today. We've talked about how the foundation for your business, your pelvic space, can really support you in building your business, and how you need to go about clearing that and really tapping into this energy so that you can live from your pelvic bowl. We've also talked about the importance of being open to receive more income, more clients, and how we all have this problem in limiting our receptive ability. And then I've shared with you the 3-step receiving cycle, which those of you that are on this live will get your own copy in PDF. I encourage you to print that out. And this is what I know you need for success. You need a solid foundation and connection into your pelvic space. We have 3 power centers in our body: our head, our heart, and our womb space. And we're only operating out of 2 of them. And I tell you, your life will change when you incorporate this 3rd power center in your work and in your life. You must know the value that you bring to your clients and know what they get out of working with you. We all have our own unique special sauce that certain people are dying to work with us, and we need to be able to own it so that they can find us. And we must be open to receive and stop blocking our energy so that we can bring in and attract to us the clients and the money that we desire and deserve to have in our life. And you must have your energy supporting you. Form follows energy, and when your energy is flowing, your life will be flowing and you'll be creating what it is that you desire. So energy is everything. And so I invite you to hang in there, and I'm going to be sharing with you the number 1 way to confidently increase your prices. But before we do that, I want you to just imagine with me for a moment. Just close your eyes. And I want you to just imagine what it would be like for you to be able to charge top dollar for your work, whatever that amount may be for you. And you're able to ask for it and receive it fully, easily, confidently. And people are just eager and willing and lining up to pay you handsomely for your work. And I invite you to imagine yourself having the confidence of owning the work that you do and the work that you put out into the world in such a way that is so powerful and has people just oohing and ahhing over what you're doing and just wanting to work with you. And imagine making the money that supports you and supports all the desires that you have in your life. Whatever it is that you're wanting and needing that money for in your life, imagine having it flow to you freely, fully, abundantly, so that you can have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want in your life. How does that make you feel? Really feel into the energy of knowing all of that being true for you. And then I invite you to take a look at where you're at today and what are the results that you're getting today. And what's it going to take for you to get where you're at today to that imagined ideal life of money flowing freely to you? And how long is it going to take you to get there? Is it going to take you a month, 3 months, 3 years? How quickly do you want to get to that imagined life of money abundantly flowing through to you and a client's just excited and attracted to work with you? So I'd like to invite you to come to rebirthyourradiance.com/value. There's a button on the side that you can click that will take you to this page here. And if not, you can open up a new browser on a new browser page and type in rebirthyourradiance.com/value. And know that if you're afraid to charge more in your business, I'd like to offer you an opportunity to discover the real reason that you're limiting your financial success. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can confidently increase your prices and stop undermining your value. If you dream of confidently charging for your work and attracting clients that love to work with you and pay you well, and getting beyond thriving and going into or surviving and going into thriving in your business, being able to easily ask for and receiving the money you need and desire, and having the time and energy and money to have a great life, but right now you're struggling to charge more for your work. You might feel that it's selfish or arrogant to charge more, but deep down you know you need to. And you may have done all this inner work around value and pricing, but you still can't seem to shift it and charge more. And you might be feeling frustrated seeing others charging more, but you're still afraid to do anything about it. You might be feeling alone, unloved, unsupported, and questioning the abundance of the universe. And is it really supposed to be this hard? No, it doesn't have to be. I've been working with women entrepreneurs to help them claim their value and increase their prices and charge what they're really worth. And my clients have been able to easily and confidently increase their prices while increasing their businesses. And I'd love for you to have that too. So if this is resonating with you and I'm speaking your language here, I invite you to sign up for a free complimentary divine price point discovery session. Together, we're going to discover and identify where you're at and what you need to do to confidently charge what you really desire and deserve. We're going to look at where you're limited in your receiving cycle and identify the energetic blocks that are holding you back. And I'm going to give you a free personal energy reading. And then I'm going to make a recommendation what you need to do to be able to identify and embody your divine increased price point, find clarity and confidence in the value you offer. I'm going to help you show you what you need to do to reclaim your divine feminine power to propel your business to the next level and to release your fears around increasing your prices. The intention for this discovery session is to help you clarify what's really holding you back and identify specific steps to help you find your value, confidence, and your divine price point to put it out there into the world. And I really invite only those of you that are 100% committed to growing yourself and your business and are serious about doing what it takes now. If you scroll on down to the bottom of the page, just put in your name and email, your phone number, and click on the Apply Now button. It's going to take you to another page that's going to have a few questions. You answer those questions and submit that, and then we will contact you if your application has been approved. These sessions are limited. I only have a few slots open, and they do fill up fast. So I invite you to please apply now if anything that I'm saying here today is resonating with you and you would like some help in shifting how you are showing up in your business. It would be my pleasure to offer you a free energy reading to see what's going on for you and what you can do so you can start charging more. So at the bottom here, I have a couple of my testimonials of clients that I've worked with that have had great success from shifting their energy and connecting into their pelvic space. So if that resonates, please fill out a form and I'd be happy to help you see where you might be blocked and holding yourself back. So we're going to jump back over here back to the webinar, and we're going to talk about the number one way to increase your prices to confidently increase your prices. Oh no, it's making me go all the way back. Sorry guys, I apologize for this. It's not gonna let me do it that way. Sorry, we're gonna have to run through these really quick. This didn't happen to me the last time I tried this. It's a quick recap for you. Okay, wait, now we need to go back here. Okay, so here we are again. I apologize for that. The number one way you need to confidently increase your prices is you need to embody the price point. It's not about a mindset shift. You cannot just think about increasing your prices. Well, you can try, but let me tell you, when you embody it and you hold your work and your price point energetically first in your power center, then you more easily manifest it. Let me tell you, form follows energy. If your energy is supporting you, then you are going to have a much easier time increasing your prices. And let me tell you, until I learned this, every time I increased my prices, it was painful. But once I learned this, it was like I had the confidence and it was easy and it just flowed and people paid me and it was just amazing and magical. And I so want that for you. Know that that is possible for you when you embody and hold your increased price point. You have to have the energy supporting you. So what we've learned today is that your solid foundation really lies in having a clear, open pelvic bowl. We want that bowl to be big and holding what you want. You need to learn how to remodel that bowl so that you can get it bigger. And then you need to learn how to live from the bottom of your bowl. I invite you to do the visualization and do the sweeping bowl exercises every day. And if this work resonates with you and you're interested in learning how to remodel it and live from your bowl, I invite you to sign up for a discovery session and we can talk more about that. It's also important for you to know that your value, to know the value that you offer, to shift your beliefs and clear the way for your clients to say yes to you. Those are all blocks to your energy that's making it fuzzy for your clients to find you. We also talked about finding your unique divine price point so you can get paid what you're really worth and stop giving too much away. A lot of that lies in your uterine energy. And when you learn to harness the power and potential in your uterine energy, you'll stop giving your work away for free. You'll know your value and you'll know your divine price point. Energy needs to be supporting you to be able to claim your work, to ask for it, and to receive what you really want. So I hope you found this information valuable. I hope you can put some of this to use today, right away, so that you can start charging more. And if any of you would love some support in being able to charge more for your work and to learn to live from your bowl, I tell you, magic happens when you can live from deep within your bowl and get out of that monkey mind, calm that down so that you can know your truth and live from this place of power from within you. Magic happens. So go to rebirthyourradiance.com/value, sign up for a free discovery session. I'll do a free energy reading with you, and we'll see where you're blocking and holding yourself back and what you need to do to be able to claim your value. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me here today. I so appreciate your time and energy, and I hope you felt that this was valuable information for you. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.